Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody out there joining us right now. My, oh my, flying high. Almost 100 of you joining us and getting ready to tick right across that 100 mark. Joining us across YouTube, X, and everywhere else we might be. Folks, we hope that you're having a great time. The blue skies are out. Of course, if the gray skies are above you, just remember the blue skies are waiting to appear once more. Hang in there. And times they will get better. All right, Erica is with us. We've got Ron from Follow Bradley's Fun. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to shine some sunshine no matter what's going on in your life. We're here to bring the fun as best we can. So put away your worries, put away your cares. We will care for you for the next hour 45 until we get ready to go for the dish with Ron. And Ron, I am excited about what you've got after the show today. Tell the folks out there what you're up to.
Oh, today we're focusing on the billions and billions that are being raked in by Spider-Man Brand New Day and the things going on in the box office and how it is really, I think, pretty good for Sony and kind of, technically speaking, it's almost an embarrassment to Marvel, especially with what I think will happen to Doomsday. So we shall see.
We shall see. And Erica, I know that you're doing a show every Friday. Tell the folks about that. We usually do this at the end of the show, but I just thought it'd be great to start it off this way. All the wonderful things you guys are up to.
Yeah. So my husband and I, sorry, I almost said my son. He's on my brain today. We have a show called Brood Banter where we just hang out with friends and have a great time talking about life from anything and everything under the sun. It's at 5 p.m. Mountain Time on Fridays. So at 7 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, we have a lot of fun.
Fantastic stuff, folks. We're having fun because get back on the screen, Juliet is out there supporting us. And so that's a great, great thing for 5 evening, That Park Place and chat. Well, good evening to you, Juliet. It's great to see you. And Snarky Distinct Fudge Dora. That's right. He's sporting the Fudge Dora and the shades for 2. Good morning, TPP. Have a tutorful show. Wait a minute. A tutorful. Like the number 2. Oh, Snarky. Snarky coming in with the fudge jokes right off the bat. Ladies and gentlemen, we got all kinds of stuff to cover today. And you know what? I would say more positive news than usual today. So, what makes the news? They said if it bleeds, it leads, right? That's the old adage. And so when it comes to theme parks and stuff here on That Park Place, we often cover when things are broken or when they're being destroyed. And we've got some of that today because that's what Disney's up to. But, we've got some great stuff coming up. And in fact, we've been invited, That Park Place, to attend the opening of Dollywood's new ride. It's the most expensive thing they've ever done before. It may be one of the greatest dark rides on the planet. So we're excited to get to do that Friday, and we'll have more news for you on how that goes. But there's all kinds of good stuff happening. We're going to talk about that. And, of course, the woes that continue at Disney. But I'll tell you what, how about we start off with a little bit of media misdirection? Would you guys be up with that, media misdirection? Calling out the journalists, the drive-bys, Erica. Can we do that?
Sure. Why not?
Did you just say urinalist?
Did I pronounce that incorrectly?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know.
I just wasn't going to bring any attention to it.
Journalists. That's what they are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for a case of media misleading you. This is out of USA Today, and some of you are going to be livid at what they have to say. But Eve Chen, she's got to fix things up for Disney. I don't know. We have read so many at this point across the Pro Channel and TPP, so many articles by Eve Chen, and Eve Chen gonna Eve Chen. That's all I can say. Is Disney no longer allowing resort hopping? What the rules say. Now, for those of you who don't know, resort hopping is just visiting the different resorts, and Disney used to like that because it just so happens that when you visit their resorts and their hotels, that's what it is. That's what a resort is, not a park. But when you visit them, you tend to spend money at them, and they used to like that. But now, well, they're up to something different. It says Halloween decorations are already going up at Walt Disney World. Soon the Florida resort will welcome some of its biggest crowds of the year. However, some longtime guests are wondering if their next visit will feel different after changes announced this summer, which many see as efforts to curb resort hopping. You think? Considering they made it so you can't resort hop? Okay, all right. It's a cheap and popular pastime on non-park days. Like park hopping, which involves visiting multiple theme parks on the same day, resort hopping involves visiting different Disney resort hotels. Whether it's to grab a quick snack, money. Buy a souvenir, money. Take selfies, free advertising. Or simply appreciate the themed scenery, it allows guests to stay immersed in the Disney bubble without spending much or any money. Although I'm going to tell you, folks, I think you're spending money. And I think most people who are there are probably spending money the other day. So this is great for Disney. It's gravy. But hang on, I'll tell you what's going on. It says in late June, the resort began limiting access to free resort transportation at its Disney Springs shopping, dining, and entertainment complex. Now, only guests with stays or experiences booked at Disney resort hotels may take Disney buses and boats to them from Disney Springs. Correct. So I don't know how we're saying that the article's saying, well, no, there's still resort hopping. How? They cut it out. Quote, guests choose to stay at Disney resort hotels because of the unique benefits and experiences that come with staying on property. This effort helps us protect that experience for our resort guests so they can enjoy those benefits as intended. Disney told USA Today. They've cut out the gingerbread house from the Grand Floridian. Goodbye. You can't go to the Polynesian anymore and stop by Captain Cook's. Goodbye. But then USA Today says, is Disney ending resort hopping? No, it says Disney is not ending resort hopping. The only restriction for resort bus or water taxi access is at Disney Springs. Okay. Guests are still able to take free resort transportation to Disney hotels from all 4 Disney World theme parks, which do charge for parking. Some guests got nervous, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Bottom line is, folks, the only way to resort hop at this point is off the monorails. There's no other way to resort hop. So I don't know what this article is going on about. They cut out resort hopping. Unless it's a monorail, and they're removing this stuff from the monorail. Now, my suspicion, Ron, because I'm interested in your thoughts on this article saying, hey, they cut out resort hopping, and then we get to the end. No, they didn't cut out resort hopping. Ron, my suspicion is that Disney at some point is going to charge for you to be able to use their transportation to go resort hopping. And I suspect that because I suspect that folks are not going to be able to go to the pools, and that's going to mean they don't need as many lifeguards, and they're going to have to either cut jobs or, like, I don't know what the purpose of the resorts and their lobbies, what that might be if people can't go there unless they're resort guests, because there's simply too much to do in the middle of the day, and there's not enough people staying at the resort to make that work. It seems like it's been designed for one thing, and now Disney is changing it to another, and that leads me to believe, probably by the holidays, maybe, that they're going to start charging, especially locals, to use the buses and the monorails, et cetera, to go resort hopping. What do you think about that?
I'm not 100% sure because, well, and here's the thing. I have an annual pass. So as an annual pass holder, I get to park for free, complimentary parking with my annual pass payment, right? So I pay that every month. Then I can go to the
Can you
park.
tell us, Ron, what tier of annual pass do you have?
I have the lowest tier. So
okay.
$35 a month is what I pay. You pay less for that, but that's a whole nother story. I pay $35 a month per pass for my family. And then and change. And then for that, I am blocked out on all weekends. I can never go on a Saturday or Sunday ever.
Good Lord.
I am also blocked out all holidays. So even if it's the 4th of July and Magic Kingdom has nobody in the park, I still can't go. I am blocked out during, the seasons, Thanksgiving week, 3 or 4 weeks at Christmas, and about like 3 or 4 or 6 or something weeks in spring.
Even at like Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios when they are just empty.
Yeah. Even when they're empty, I can't get in on that tier. And they don't make exceptions. They never clear out. But the thing is, with Disney, all the tiers come with the same privileges. So you no matter what tier you're at, you get the free parking, you get the discounts where there's 10 or 20%. Could
you park, Ron? I don't know even know if you've tried this before. Can you park on a day that you're blocked out?
Well, so far I've been able to. I've never had an issue. Now that could be up to the cast member at the parking toll booth, but I've never had an issue parking on days. So to give you an example of that, we were staying at the old, not the new, but the old Fort Wilderness cabins, privately owned by somebody over the last few days. And we actually technically park hopped, but we did it because we parked at the TTC. We took a monorail over to the Polynesian and ate breakfast at Captain Cook's. My son really wanted Mickey waffles. They don't sell I could be wrong, but I couldn't find any place that actually sells Mickey waffles in the park for breakfast. Like all of the quick service in the parks open at 11 a.m. So they don't have breakfast.
Yeah,
so
the only place
Mickey waffles.
The only place I can think of now, it's not quick service, but I would think the Crystal Palace has Mickey waffles, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we're not paying $45 a person just to get some Mickey waffles. But
listen, those Mickey waffles are money, Ron.
No, the cabins were really cool. They actually stocked them with a Mickey waffle iron that makes the actual Mickey waffles from the. It was really cool.
I just always super glue the ears on and just ignore the health issues there.
There you go. So we stopped by the Polynesian, and then we went into the Magic Kingdom after that. We took the. So I don't know. See, here's my thing about this. With the holidays coming up, would there be the desire to go to Grand Floridian if the gingerbread house isn't there? That may alone cut down on the desire to go to the Grand Floridian. However, how do you stop resort hopping when people walk out of Hollywood Studios or walk out of Epcot and you can just walk from there to the Crescent Lake resorts? So those resorts I'm not sure about. However, as far as being able to park for free, now that you cannot do any longer and go to the resorts. You cannot park for free at Disney Springs and hop on a bus or a boat from Disney Springs and go to the resorts. Therefore, you can't park for free to go to the parks, and you can't resort hop from Disney Springs. You will have to pay for parking in one way or another, either as an annual pass holder, as a complimentary part of your pass, or paying the $35 per day to go. Now, would it be worth it for some people? I mean, I don't know if they'll stop resort hopping if they actually have people paying to park at the parks just to resort hop. That might actually be beneficial to Disney to get people to pay $35 just to go to a resort to get a quick service meal. I don't really know.
I don't think they're going to remove the cost of parking, which is now the lowest is $45, I believe. Erica, I think this is amazing. That we've got these articles out now. I mean, this has truly hit the mainstream, right? You've got USA Today covering how crazy these rules are, trying to explain it to folks. And the article basically says, well, they're getting rid of resort hopping. And you get to the bottom that says, well, Disney's not getting rid of resort hopping. It's a bunch of hoopla. It's a bunch of nonsense online. Erica, this is how complicated this has become because of the monorails and the Skyliner. Folks can get off at these hotels. I don't know what they're going to do if they want to cut that off. As Ron was saying, I don't know that it benefits them, but they're removing all the perks and reasons to go from those hotels. I mean, why go to the Grand Floridian if there's nothing to do on the holidays? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder, maybe that's the real reason they took out the gingerbread house at Grand Floridian. Maybe they knew all these decisions were going to be implemented down the road or very shortly down the road after the announcement of gingerbread house not coming back. It's thought provoking, especially when you're used to going to Disney all the time, like our family, and you're accustomed to pretty much having free range around Disney property and just chilling, wherever you wanted to be to shop or dine or take in the theming and the decorations. I don't think it's to their benefit to crack down on. It's just stupid. I'm sorry. Like Disney, if you're seriously considering cracking down like this, you really need to get your head out of your rear ends and take a chill pill. Like, it's not the end of the world if your consumers want to just hang around Disney property and freely dine and shop where they want. I think what will happen, though, is if they crack down on this, if you happen to be in the Magic Kingdom area, that'll be the day that maybe you break up your Magic Kingdom day and take the monorail and go to a few resorts and kind of bounce back and forth on your Magic Kingdom day. And then on your Epcot day, you'll do the same thing.
Yeah, we've talked many times about the need for lounges and VIP areas and places for people to cool down and charge their phones. And at least at Magic Kingdom, part of that has been, hey, I can get on the monorail. I can run over to Contemporary, or I can run over to Grand Floridian. I can go sit in the lobby. We'll charge the phone. We'll get some rest. The kids may lay down for a minute. We'll find a cool spot, and then we'll go back to the parks in a couple hours. And, the fact that Disney's cutting one thing and providing nothing when it comes to additional lounges or places for people to get out of the way. It just makes me say, yeah, your attendance in the summer is dropping. I can't imagine why. Like, this is obvious. But we've got a new Disney president. Final question for you guys. Do you think the new Disney World president will make a difference? Maybe this has all been on the back burner and they're going to get on it now and fix things up. What do you think?
I hope so. I have no clue I don't know what is going on with Tomorrow. We don't know anything. Things have been very quiet, I've noticed.
Yeah, and
I'm very curious.
I'm curious as to what answers we're going to get with D23. There are so many things
air conditioning, Ron. Wouldn't it be great if D23 they come out and they say, and coming to Walt Disney World this next summer, air conditioning. We've figured it out.
The problem is there's so many bad decisions that they can't go back on right now. They can't put the rivers of America back in the way they had them, and that was such a refuge from the rest of the park when they could have easily built Villains Land and Cars Land adjacent without destroying anything. There's just so many rotten and bad decisions. I mean, there's bad decisions people talk about to this day, like getting rid of the Osborne lights at Christmas time. I mean, I understand they destroyed that area to put in Galaxy's Edge, but still, people to this day go like, that was so much better, and that experience was so much better. Star Wars Weekends was better than Galaxy's Edge. The Osborne lights were better than Galaxy's Edge. That they've made so many bad decisions. It's going to be very difficult for them to make up ground. Am I hopeful for the new Encanto thing and maybe Monstropolis? I don't know. It's modern Imagineering is just it's just so different from what it once was.
That it is. And again, hey Disney, you want to bring people back? Give them air conditioning. You're stopping them from resort hopping? Give them air conditioning. Give us some air conditioning in the parks. Good Lord, it's hot in the summer. And by the way, all year round in Florida, you can get huge thunderstorms. It gets cold in the wintertime, and then we need heat. So how about you give us some neat stuff called AC and heating, instead of telling people they got to take a beating out in the weather and no resort hopping for you. All right, mainstream media, it's up to you now. Get it fixed. Figure out how you want to present this. We've told the truth. Whereas with USA Today, I just feel confusified every time I read what they have to say. The superstars of the show are on the screen. WJB Daily, $5 says, still expect a transportation pass for public at Disney Springs soon for resort hopping. I do too. Hotel parking free for 3 hours if you have a restaurant reservation. Yeah, I expect you to need a little thing on your pass or your Disney thing. I wouldn't surprise me at all if the bus drivers have to scan you in now or something. They'll do it out at the queue. But that's what I anticipate. I anticipate paying something like $20 to have. No, they may charge the same as parking. Boy, that would be something, huh? $35 per person. No, they couldn't do that because it's $35 per person or per vehicle. So they'd bring it down. $20 sounds about right. $20, and you can ride the buses, ride those magical Disney buses with the magical smells and all of that. The first Dragon Queen member for 18 months, broken animatronics, and gutting more. Hugs for all. Remember, folks, this is the PSA for the day. Do not disembowel your broken animatronics. That's not the way for them to go.
Please
Ouch.
video yourself doing that. I want to see your work. I want to see you work like Tinker. So bad.
But remember, whatever you do, do not do the antithesis of what Walt would do. Never do an antithesis, right? Oh, I bet. People don't even know what the antithesis is anymore. We haven't played it in forever.
And Dreamer's Point is the antithesis of the idea that Walt had this incredible optimism and hope for the future, that if we all work together and we all dream together, we could build the impossible and make it our reality.
What was she trying to say there instead of antithesis? What was the word she was looking for?
It's the epitome.
The epitome. That's right. She was trying to say epitome. Yeah. Here's how Walt feels about that.
We'll ride the rides and see the sights, conquer lines, face our frights. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Yes, you
I got a quick question for you. Bro.
Go ahead.
A quick question. Okay, so do you remember the concept art for what that was supposed to be?
Oh, Lordy. You talking about the first concept art?
Yeah, so there were 3 tiers. It was almost pyramidal, and Walt was sitting on top looking over everything. I swear to you.
It was designed off the Archons from SimCity 2000. That's what it was designed to look like, yeah.
I think Bob Iger took one look at that and said, that's not me up on that pedestal. We got to take it down. I want to be up on that pedestal.
Get him out of there. It's just amazing to play that, she's so proud, and then you play what it actually looks like. And I love that they put the lights at the bottom of Walt, because that is design error 101. You never put lights shining up without other lights to offset it, because if you do, that's the villain lights.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually, in theater, it's used to make somebody look evil. You all know that. You put a flashlight under yourself, right, to do for Halloween. And these genius Imagineers were like, well, how are we going to light Walt? Put some lights underneath him so it shines up so it looks like evil Walt sitting at Epcot every night. Good Lord.
That's horrible.
One magical spark for $199. D23 curveball, complete Epcot redo for the 50th. Yeah, I think we did that already, and it got much, much worse. Like, remember that whole air conditioning thing? Yeah, they pulled out about half of Epcot's air conditioning, an opportunity for you to rest and relax and get ready to go. Snarky to Stinky Fudge Dora for $5 on project on second shift till Wednesday. Get Thursday off, paid to complete hot airplane. Wait a minute. You are paid to complete hot airplane. Snarky, I'm going to assume that means that the airplane is hot, not that you have combined a hot air balloon with an airplane. That's what I'm assuming. Contacts are great. Eyes are done with them in 9 hours or so. Well, way to go, Snarky. I'm glad to hear things are going in a good direction, and I'm hoping to see you back again in all the places we are, because we missed you, buddy. We missed you. The First Dragon Queen is out there for $5. I hope to have a wiring lighting video on the Reanimator this week, Erica.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool.
I feel like that's something Marvin the Martian would say. My Reanimator. That's. I don't know what's going on over the Dragon Queen's place, but yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot something that we make a thing every day here. If you're just joining us for the first time, say, what is this theme park place? Well, folks, we got about 230, 250 of you joining us across X and YouTube, and we just want to say, how about 250 of us together? Click it and sip it. Folks, if you're watching YouTube, click the like button. If you're watching us on X, click the whatever it is, the thumbs up. I don't remember what it is. Anyway, and then sip with us your favorite beverage. Erica, what are we drinking today?
Same. Kirkland's Colombian blend with cream and my collagen.
Delish. Ron.
Black coffee. About as much of it as I can get.
Hold on a second. No. Hold on a second, Ron. Hold that up to the. What is this?
What is that?
Big Shot Scream Team. Oh my gosh. Is that the thing that you were in the commercial for?
No, but I worked at the top of the Stratosphere Tower, and that's the one that shoots you straight up from the 2,000 feet, and you go another couple hundred feet higher, and you can see the Nevada desert and Hoover Dam and everything from there. It's pretty.
You can see the Hoover Dam from there?
I think so. It's miles away, but you can see a long way from there. It's pretty cool.
Let me tell you, if you can go high enough in Vegas to see Lake Mead, you're way up there. All right, folks, I've got a blonde ristretto. Let's take it right now. 3, 2, 1. That's the best we've ever done, guys. All three of us had a white coffee mug. It was in sync. All that practice, those 3 hours of practice that you guys complain about, worked out just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Second story, and this one's a fun one. Dollywood, here we come.
It's showtime! Straight from the heart of the park.
Folks, it is here. It could be the greatest, yes, we're saying it, dark ride attraction in North America, and it's opening very, very soon. From Two Blue Loop, okay, it says Dollywood sets opening date for new Night Flight Expedition ride. Night Flight is the largest attraction investment in the history of Dollywood. Now, if you all have been to Dollywood, you know that they have some major attractions there, so the idea that this is the biggest and most expensive one really is saying something. Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee has announced an opening date for its $50 million Night Flight attraction. After soft opening for pass holder previews between the 15th and 18th of August, Night Flight will open to the public on the 19th. Described as the world's first indoor family hybrid coaster and whitewater river raft ride. Wait a minute, what? It's a hybrid coaster indoors that is also a whitewater river raft. Okie dokie. That's going to be something. During the ride experience, guests will enjoy a nighttime flight over the Smoky Mountains and embark on a thrilling rafting excursion through more than 500,000 gallons of water. The water boy should be very happy. That's high quality H2O. Riders will also traverse a mountain ridge on a roller coaster and navigate a mysterious lake by boat. Created and built by Dollywood, Herschend Creative Studios, and Mack Rides, the attraction features amphibious ride vehicles, multimedia projections, onboard and offboard audio, lighting effects, etc., etc. Now, we have been invited, that Park Place, to experience the ride on Friday, and so we'll be giving our review of that real soon. But here's the video from Dollywood explaining what the heck this everything you can imagine dark ride is. And it's a dark ride, folks. It's in the dark. It's in a building. I mean, you know, Fantasyland, I guess, would love to have something like this, but this is an indoor dark ride, coaster, water, whatever. Anyway, here's the video. Let's go to it right now.
As the sun sets, the great Smoky Mountains stir. For some, night brings rest. For others, it sparks adventure. The time is coming. A family's quest will unearth a journey only few have seen. A place so mesmerizing, only those brave enough to dive into the darkness will illuminate a world of wonder. From the creators that brought you Wild Eagle, Lightning Rod, and Big Bear Mountain comes the single most ambitious adventure Dollywood has ever imagined. Introducing Night Flight Expedition, the first ride of its kind in the world. 4 thrilling adventures in one attraction. Soar above the Smokies. Plunge into whitewater rapids. Climb majestic mountain peaks. And dare to navigate beyond the familiar, deep into the heart of the night, and discover the light. The time is near. Are you ready to see what happens when the sun goes down? Night Flight Expedition. Coming 2026. Only at Dollywood.
Love every moment.
Okay, well, the ride is supposed to play or be themed around the idea that in the Smoky Mountains, fireflies there are so many of them that they will flash in synchronicity. I'll show you this real quick. This is from Attractions 360. They believe that this is what the ride is based on. This is the mechanism that already exists in France. But as they said, this will be a unique ride. We've never seen a 4-variety dark ride. But this is what the track and layout and the system might be like. All right, so I think, you put that indoors and you give it essentially, what's the river journey? What is the river journey ride in Pandora? That's the vibes I'm getting. Navi River Journey. Yeah, if you do the Navi River Journey kind of aesthetic, except set it in the Smoky Mountains with fireflies and bioluminescent stuff, and it's 4 different types of attractions. I mean, I think this really is what Dollywood needed. This, I mean, we'll have a review real soon, but this could be the best dark ride in North America, and that's a heck of a thing. Erica, your thoughts, having watched the video and hearing a little bit about the ride.
It's interesting. So at Europa Park, Mack Rides they do have like a combination roller coaster water ride. That's not uncommon in Europe, but to this level of theming and I don't know, it's like you're going through all this different water terrain that's very different even for Mack Rides, but they're really known for their dark rides. So I'm really excited. I think this attraction should be really good. And I don't I don't expect there to be a whole lot of problems. It's not quite like it's not a mega coaster like Stardust Racers, where there was some issues there. I don't anticipate there being problems with this one. I hope there's not.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be problems either. I mean, we'll wait and see. But Ron, this sounds like Navi River Journey, except times 4. You've got the slow moving, It's a Small World Pirates kind of stuff, but then you've got a coaster, you've got a river rapids thing, and then it sounds to me like at some point it's also going to do something similar to Soarin', where it has you up in the air with a projector system. I mean, this is a heck of a ride.
Yeah, as the commercial was playing, I was like, man, if only they would have gotten Sam Elliott to do the voiceover.
That would've been cool.
It was in my head playing.
Yeah.
Dark Ride coming down. No, but I tell you, if
Is that your Sam Elliott impression?
no, not really. No, it's just,
Okay, just checking.
not really. So no, but I will say, first of all, I think that this really even elevates them more into competition with Disney. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of other Disney creators that are now starting to focus more on Dollywood, some really, really big ones out there. And even touting what Dollywood does better than Disney. I was really surprised by one. I don't know if am I allowed to mention it? DFB
Wait a
guy?
minute. Say it again.
There are big Disney creators in the YouTube.
Oh yeah,
space
you can
that are
name them.
now-
You can name them. I thought you were about to
No,
leak
it's
a
just-
secret we're not supposed to talk about. Yeah,
Not
you
a
can talk about
secret,
any
it's
creator
just
you want to. Yeah, have at it.
DFB Guide did an amazing video on how good Dollywood
Oh
was.
yeah,
and
we
what
love
they
we
do
love those
better.
people. Yeah.
What they
Yeah.
do better than Disney. But I will say
What's her name over there? What's the lady's name on
A because with an A.
AJ?
AJ, yeah.
Yeah, we
So-
love AJ.
So I will say this: if they're really, really looking to go direct head to head, like compete with Disney on a ride like this, they need to add a couple things to it that are going to make it just more Disney-esque. First of all, they need some animatronics that break down constantly.
Oprah Winfrey.
And that rip open. They need to make sure that the ride comes to a halt at least 5 times a day, where guests have to be walked off and lighting backstage. It needs to break down fairly often, and then also on the app just be completely unavailable a lot. So often unavailable that they need to charge people a lot extra just to get on the ride after they've come to the park. I think that's, they do those things and right up there with Disney on this.
Yeah, I have said that Dollywood, one of the few things it still needs is dark rides. I still think it needs another one. You need dark rides because in bad weather, inclement weather, it's great for theme parks to have stuff. I mean, we say this to Disney all the time, right? You need air conditioning. Dollywood needs dark rides. Dollywood doesn't really need air conditioning on the same level as Disney, but dark rides would be helpful so that if it's raining, there's something to do because you can't ride the coasters, et cetera, et cetera. In terms of shows, I think Dollywood is the number one theme park in North America for shows. I mean, that's just they're fantastic, and they're constantly running festivals just like Epcot, and I love that. I love that they've got bluegrass and barbecue, and they've got all these different the festival of pumpkins and all this kind of stuff, harvest festivals and things. It's great. I think Dollywood's at the very cusp now of being up there, and it's be interesting to see. Do they open a second theme park? Do they expand this even more? And where do they find places for extra parking? It's going to be interesting to see, but I think Dollywood is poised to be easily in that Disney World and Universal discussion. And the other thing too is, Dollywood is sitting there by itself. I mean, there's plenty to do in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, where Dollywood is, in East Tennessee. But in terms of theme parks, there's a ton of water parks there. But I'm curious if one of these other companies, like a Universal, is going to say, got this giant tourism spot. We would like to be in the new Orlando. We'd like to be there.
The other thing is about Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, the Dollywood area is for road trips along the east, the East Coast, basically anywhere east of the Mississippi River. People coming down from the north, people coming over from St. Louis and that area, Chicago, Indiana. it's a place where if you're doing, say, a 2-week family summer trip, you could easily go to Gatlinburg, spend a couple days, 3 days at Dollywood and other things there in the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, and then go on down to Disney or Orlando Universal after that. It really fits into a family vacation portfolio well, especially if you're doing a big family vacation, and to get the comparison, if you are with your family, of what those different parks would be like. You do that kind of a vacation, you go, okay, what does our family really enjoy from this? And people can know what they like the best. We did that when I was a kid. We stopped at Gatlinburg on our way to Disney. I think, what was that, our 1984 trip or something like that, and it was amazing. We had a blast, an amazing time.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to think about what there is to do at in that area, there's the Ripley's Believe It or Not Aquarium, which is one of the best in the nation. It's great in Gatlinburg. You've got Ober Gatlinburg, which is the ski resort that they turn into all kinds of like tubing and slides and stuff, alpine coasters in the summer. You've got what's the name of that? Anakeesta. There's Anakeesta Park that's up there. That's on the mountaintop. It's a relaxation park. So you've got all this stuff to do, and if as Dollywood grows, a rising tide lifts all boats. So I suspect that you're going to see somebody else say, this now is the kind of size we're going to invest and put a second theme park in here, and not challenge Dollywood, but coexist with Dollywood. That's what I see happening.
And food, not to mention food, the Gatlinburg area for food. I think it's pretty spectacular.
Yep. Lots of barbecue, that's for sure. We've had a good time when we've gone, and I have a feeling we'll be going again soon. Folks, review coming for the attraction. We're going to get some folks out there, and we are juggling a lot because D23 is also happening. So we've got reporters going to D23, we've got reporters going to Dollywood, and if it gives you some idea, I think the ones going to Dollywood for this ride are way more excited than for D23. Did I say way? I meant way. We got more super chats because we got superstars on the screen. Snarky is back in his fudge door for 5. Priority airplane. Paid day off reward. Write more clearly, Snarky. Now listen, Snarky, I don't know what you're talking about. You have always been the most clearly spoken, well-written person we've ever seen. I mean, Snarky, we don't have any videos, that talk about this sort of thing. You are a voice of clarity on all channels in which you appear. I don't know. Ron, maybe you could help us out with this, okay? Snarky is feeling a little insecure that he sent in a super chat we didn't get. So, Ron, show us all with clarity. What are we looking at here? You've got this picture available. Give us the way, Ron. How would you discuss what you've been enjoying the last little bit with clarity so that Snarky can see?
So these are old Fort Wilderness, Disney's Fort Wilderness cabins. These are the ones that were replaced by the new version of the totally not in the woods looking Disney DVC cabins. The new ones have a modern aesthetic. So, it's basically just they put a little individual Marriott hotel rooms in Disney's Fort Wilderness. These older cabins, these have been, all of them were sold by Disney to individuals who purchased them. So I met an individual who made these purchases and owns these cabins and rents them out as Airbnbs. The two in the middle are currently available, and working on the other two as well to make them available. They're in a resort called Sherwood Forest by Encore Resorts. It's an RV park about 15 minutes from the gates of Walt Disney World by Old Town, Fun Spot, all that area, right across from the Big Orange for those people that know. And we got to stay there. We had the opportunity to stay there. We're going to talk more about this on the channel coming up and everything. And I've got to put a whole, probably more than one video is coming. So I can do a price comparison on these and everything. He rents them out for I want to say approximately $165 a night. They sleep up to 7 people. And you can have and the Disney touches that he's put inside of them are just off the chain. Like when you walk in, you feel like you are in old school magical Disney Fort Wilderness. They've even got the Fort Wilderness, signage up inside of the cabins. He's stocked them so that when you arrive, if you are snacky when you arrive, there's ramen, there's soup, there's mac and cheese, there's Orville Redenbacher microwave popcorn was there. There's little other snacks, all kinds of. I mean, there's like, and they come with it. Like he doesn't charge you extra for any of that stuff, right? So, I mean, he's done such a fabulous job of really, and he's explained this to me. He wanted to make this experience for people that are staying there as magical or more magical than what Walt Disney himself would have wanted. He's trying to emulate Walt, basically, with the opportunity to stay in these places. So he let us stay there so we can review it and give the opportunity. There's to say some real, like there are some negatives. You got to be careful of walking up the stairs.
Bears are a negative.
Well, there's some. I didn't see any bears. I saw some lizards.
It was a really bad decision to import those grizzlies from the Northwest.
Yeah, right. But they're so they're so nice. All of the beds are comfortable. There's a big queen bed as well as bunk beds in the main bedroom, as well as a pull-out sofa and another pull-out that he added in the living room. So the living room can sleep 3, the bedroom can sleep 4, sleeps up to 7 comfortably. Full kitchen with a stove, and he's even got a Mickey waffle maker, and stocks the cabin with the waffle mix so that you can just make Mickey waffles and wake up to them in your own cabin. It was really, like, I was surprised at how many amazing Disney touches there are in these cabins. And it's a great location. Again, I think so. We drove from there to Disney to the Magic Kingdom. It took us about, I think, 20 minutes to get to the Magic Kingdom TTC parking lot. Rode the monorail over to have breakfast over the Polynesian, and then took the monorail into the Magic Kingdom, checked out the fall decorations that they have up in August. I know it was the first night of the Halloween party in August. It's
110 degrees. Get out the pumpkins. Now, Ron, you did a great job of enunciating and speaking clearly, and so Snarky has learned a little bit, maybe. Although I just Snarky is the most clear spoken, well said person we've ever seen. WJB Daily is throwing me a little bit of a curveball here for 2. Says everything Pro mentioned, talking about Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, etc., costs money, moolah, cabbage, the green stuff, dinero. He says go to the GSMNP. Now, some of you out there might say, Pro, what you going to do with that acronym, buddy? What you going to do? Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Got it. That's right. So, Snarky, I hope that we've spoken clearly and risen to your level, because there is nobody here. There's nobody here who speaks as clearly and concisely as you.
This goes out to all my fat finger super chat homies. Snark Dog, turn it up.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean there's an actual song that just makes has a good time with the fact that Snarky sent in a crazy... Oh, okay, maybe we do have a problem, Snarky.
I say I put hair in funky places. Steve Wilkes one daddy. Steve Wilkes one daddy.
Good for you.
Mister. I put hair in funky places. I say I put hair in funky places. Steve Wilkes one daddy. Good to you, mister. I put hair in funky places. I say I put hair in funky places. Steve Wilkes one daddy. Steve Wilkes one daddy. Good to you, mister. I put hair in funky places. I say I put hair in funky places.
Look at me go. Steve is bash, baby. You see it?
Woo! Steve Wilkes one daddy. Good to you, mister. I put hair in funky.
Pause right there. Folks, that is the chat. That is the text message that Snarky sent in once upon a time to us. And none of us knew what to do. We read it. We tried to understand it. I don't know if his phone went crazy, but we made an entire music video out of it. Steve, Witwan Daddy, good to you, mister. I put hair in funky places. That is the super chat, once upon a time, that Snarky sent in to us. Just so you know. Thank you, Snarky. And he's back for 2. Always an adventure. Thanks, Pro, Erica, and Ron. Well, we could keep going on and on, folks, but we'll stop there because we're going to get one more segment in before Culture Casino shows up. And where will he be showing up from? Maybe Vegas, maybe the greenhouse. Who knows? Maybe from D23. Where will Culture be? And will he be able to join? In fact, I should probably check before I guarantee that and say, he's going to be here, he says. He can make it in transit between Vegas and D23. Man, what a guy. What a guy. All right, folks. Well, how about this? Let's talk about the continued destruction of Fort Wilderness. Ron, you were talking about the cabins. You didn't know I was going to segue straight over to this. But yeah, they're destroying the nostalgia that we once had for the wonderful things about Disney. Oh, the wonderful thing about Tigers. No, the wonderful things about Disney World. And yep, they're shredding it more and more. Ladies and gentlemen, what if we told you that Disney is having a heck of a time when it comes to keeping the nostalgia alive at Fort Wilderness, destroying it more and more? And here we go again. Jordan Page Suduth, writing this for Disney Food Blog. Some call it DFB. Shout out to AJ. Water outage hits popular Disney World Hotel. It says, we've got some bad news for those thinking of staying at Wilderness Lodge because the resort has been having a pretty hard time over the past few months. Boy, that's an understatement considering they've been moving people out of this resort because it's almost uninhabitable. It says, back in June, the AC in the entire resort shut down for a number of days. Yes, in the middle of summer. It was exactly as bad as you think it was. Now, part of the resort is facing yet another major problem. The water is out in Boulder Ridge, and they have no idea when it's going to come back up again. Disney's Wilderness Lodge is located closest to Magic Kingdom and is just a short waterway away from Disney's Contemporary Resort. You'll also find Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground not far away, yet it does often feel like you're a bit separated. If you're looking for a hotel that makes you feel like you're in nature without actually being in nature, this isn't a great choice. That's true. Except there's a problem here. Saturday, Sunday, no water, ladies and gentlemen, which they say means that guests were given buckets of water to use to flush the toilets. Okie dokie. How much money does it cost, by the way, to stay at, Ron, do you remember how much it cost to stay at Wilderness Lodge?
It's at least $400 a night, probably more than that now. I'm trying to remember.
It's a deluxe, right?
There. Yeah, we stayed there in a 1-bedroom in 2022 for my wife's birthday, and we had a blast. We had a great stay. I was lucky, I had 50% off as a cast member while I was still working there. But I think at that 50% off, it was a little more than $450. I think it was more than $450 a night as a cast member, so it would have been closer to $900 a night.
$900 for you to go get a bucket of water and flush your toilet that way. So boy, that's something, huh? So this is a premier hotel. You're spending a ton of money. And I have a suspicion about what's going on here. See, folks, they're building a new hotel. DVC, of course. They're building a new hotel over here. And this is the little Pioneer Hall with the hoop-de-doo and everything. And it was supposed to look secluded and, off by itself and out in the wilderness. But they're building this new hotel. And if we could pan up just a little bit to the north, you would see Fort Wilderness. You would see Wilderness Lodge. Okay? But they've got this huge new resort they're building. It's going to have a water park. Yay for them, right? Go water park. We love it. But I just suspect that that's part of what is going on here is that maybe they're running into electrical issues, water issues. I don't know, but it's interesting to me that the only hotel suffering this over and over again is the same hotel that has a new hotel being built right next to it. And I'm not sure people are terribly excited about the new hotel because it is ruining the sight lines. It looks like a Marriott in the middle of the wilderness, which means it doesn't look like wilderness anymore. Folks are fed up. And I found this very fascinating. This is from Yvonne. And it says, saw lots of decorations at Fort Wilderness Campground, but this is one that showcases the dearly departed things people used to enjoy. And you can see here, 499 days out reservations. RIP 2022. Musket Mickey. Remember Mickey Mouse and the Davy Crockett outfit? That's gone. Walkway to Wilderness Lodge. RIP 2019. Return to Sleepy Hollow 2017 through 2020. They've got a few spots left for to be determined what they get rid of. Make Your Own Pizza. RIP. Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. RIP 2018. Let's see, what is that? The Petting Farm. RIP 2005. Was that where the cow was with the Mickey-shaped spot on it? I think it was. Trails End Buffet. Many consider it to be the best hidden secret at Disney. 1974 to 2020. And they've got more, by the way. It's over here. Melvin the Moose, gone in 1991. Delis Inside Trading Post. RIP. I mean, I love that this is how fed up people are. People are literally putting out Haunted Mansion style placards remembering what all they used to be able to do at this campground that is now gone. And I guess flushing the toilet too. Flushing the toilet is gone. Erica, they have just really, really messed up Fort Wilderness. I hate it. I hate that they put the subdivisions next to Fort Wilderness and carved that out of Disney. Like they just didn't get it. They didn't understand that having wilderness really does matter. Sort of in the same way they didn't understand that ripping out Rivers of America mattered in Magic Kingdom. But here we are, Erica, and people are not happy. So I'm kind of thinking, Erica, it's time to be done with Fort Wilderness. I hate to say it, but I think it's time to find somewhere else to go. There's no point in parking in a wilderness that has high rises around you.
That really stinks. We've never stayed at Fort Wilderness, and we were hoping to stay there one day. It's a beautiful resort. We've walked through there many times. I've had lunch there. Dang that. Why? You're ruining all my future plans to spend money with you, Disney. Stop it.
Absolutely.
It's really stinks. And that new resort, I was watching that Park Place. Was it Friday? I think when Marvin was hosting. It may have been Wednesday. And the reviews were horrible. There wasn't one good comment in the comment thread on X. And I wish they would just take a hint from their customers.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, I'll show what you're discussing here. This used to be Wilderness. This brown building. This used to look like it was the middle of all these trees, and it was just lovely. And they just dropped a
prison.
Yeah, they dropped a prison next to it.
I don't understand what is their thinking. Are they going to revamp the rest of the resort? To mirror the new one. I mean, like what? Oh, I would love to just interrogate Walt Disney Imagineering right now. It wouldn't be an interview. I would absolutely just be ripping them a new one and interrogating them. What were you thinking?
That blends in perfectly.
Here?
That blends in perfectly. Almost can't see it. Coming to Disney Data Center Resort. Felicity says, I didn't know it would be that close. Why does it look like a prison watchtower?
Yeah, that's the comment I was actually referring to right there. It does. It looks like a prison watchtower.
The irony
nice.
of this.
I mean,
Go
how
ahead.
hard is it to put a overlay facade of logs, wood cabin logs, and make it themed with the rest of the wilderness? I mean,
let me show you something, because this is what's amazing about it. Okay, so this is Fort Wilderness Campground. Okay, this is the campground. Huge space. There's tons of these. Okay, tons of spots. And then up here is where they've got the things to do. Okay, you got the dock here to connect with Magic Kingdom, and it's been a long time since I've been over here. But this is where Hoop-de-Doo is. Is that right, Ron?
Yeah. So I was going to say, the irony is that if I would have just stayed at Hoop-de-Doo and not changed my location back, I'd probably still be working there today.
Yeah, and so you've got a few other buildings over here, but it's a really small area where people come together to congregate, to eat and sit on the beach and that kind of stuff. And over here used to be River Country, which was a teeny weeny itsy bitsy water park. It was cool, but it sat there, untouched for a long time. Now look at all the space they have. Okay. Look at all the space over here they could have put this in to get away from blowing up this wonderful little area that is the gathering spot for all of this. All of that gathers here. And instead, they just blew it up with this giant prison-looking thing. Now, it will have a water park in the middle of it, so yay there. But, the wilderness is gone in Fort Wilderness. So all those people who are camping, if you stay in your campground, if you stay in your RV, you'll be okay. Just don't look out the window. But if you want to go to the place that made Fort Wilderness, it's gone.
I have a
Wiped it out.
logistical question about
Sure.
if Disney ever thought this through. But for those that don't know, the Circle D Ranch is literally right next to that, and that's where they keep all the horses. What's it going to do to the horses to have that much noise level go up when that DVC resort is occupied?
I would be shocked if the horses stay.
Well, I mean, it's very recent that they built those new facilities for the horses, so that they're in brand new facilities right now.
I would still be shocked.
I mean, they shouldn't stay there, but I don't know if that was in the plans. I don't know if Imagineering thought that through and said, well, we have a whole bunch of horses here that may not react well to the noise level there, and it could be now an afterthought that they have to relocate the Circle D Ranch to a different place.
By the way, you're talking about the horses that perform on Main Street.
All the horses at Disney that perform everywhere, that do carriage rides everywhere, they're all kept right there. Yes, they perform on Main Street. They do. They're rented out for special carriage rides, Cinderella carriage rides for weddings. You can take carriage rides at a few of the resorts. So I want to say there's got to be 30 plus horses out there, plus small horses. They actually do little like Shetland pony rides out there for kids. And I mean, I have worked at that area so often when I was working for DVC, and then went back and only did a couple nights working as a server hoop to do, but it was like I know the area really well, and it's crazy to me that they didn't plan better the location of that resort, or at least how to build that resort. The footprint they're taking up is even bigger than what River Country was, and it just if like that first loop of units that's coming off of it that are going to surround the water park, if they weren't there, maybe then they could have landscaped it better to blend in. But of course, they have to build all those DVC units because that's a ton of revenue for Disney.
Ron, imagine, because they have tons of land. The land was not an issue. We keep saying this over and over and over. We keep saying land is not an issue. They had places to build. Imagine if if that wing that goes down behind the hub for Fort Wilderness, if it just went the other direction.
Yeah.
It can go the other direction. They have all the land in the world that way. They don't have any. They don't have any common sense whatsoever. Ever.
None.
Never.
I don't know who's doing the engineering on this. It's kind of bizarre to me.
Who I would love to know who, from concept, just from the meetings that they have, just to conceptualize what the brainstorming sessions, like that clearly is not going very well. Why not just bring back River Country and name the resort accordingly? But it's all new and updated.
River Country Resort would have been a great idea, I think.
That would have been really nice. And then, man, you want to talk about bringing back even the boomers who remember River
Articles
Country?
Everywhere. Disney's bringing back River Country, this time as a hotel and water park combo.
Now that would be $1 billion idea. But
Erica, you just did it. Yeah. I agree with you. That is $1 billion idea. But they never think of this kind of stuff because they think DVC.
It's of old school nostalgic Disney. They don't want Disney in Disney. And that's what's irritating.
They never learn.
It's 2035, and it's time for the grand opening of a long-awaited Villains expansion.
Here we are in the first attraction, a grown-ups only establishment where you can get sloshed with Ursula. And guess what? Here we are again, back at another bar. Have you ever wanted to booze it up with little green men?
Excuse me, are there any rides here, or is this all just bars?
Oh, there's tons more here beyond alcohol.
Potatoes, fried green tomatoes, arugula. Hey, what's up?
When injustice strikes, I strike back.
Culture, casino, let's go. Culture, casino, let's go. When the EMS tries their best, strap him down, check his chest. Culture, casino, casino, culture, casino, casino. Culture Casino. Let's go, let's go. Culture Casino. Casino.
When injustice strikes, I strike back.
Flame-throwing bears can't keep the man down. Bearded and burning, it's a Campione town. Kumquats and roses, snap peas and lotus, watch the jugular. Culture Casino. Let's go. Culture Casino. Let's go. When the EMS tries their best, strap him down, check his chest. Culture Casino. Casino. Culture Casino. Casino.
This has never happened before. I feel sheepish. Lambert, the sheepish lion, Lambert. He can't stop. Okay. Mr. Purple Potatoes is not currently present. He's supposed to be present.
Oops. I was just telling Raph about that cartoon the other night.
Snarky for two. Yep, that's me. Iconic. Indeed. And look at this, $25. Thank you so much, Dave Kimball. Says, stood outside Pioneer Hall last November and said, there's no way the hall survives long with this monstrosity behind it. What does the panel think? I think you're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they're going to put anything. And if you get rid of Pioneer Hall, I don't know what, I mean, that's like 50% of the reason to stay at Fort Wilderness.
That's true.
So,
I will say this, having worked there, they kind of need to tear it down and rebuild it to some degree. And I'm just saying the facility is really, really old. The kitchen is really, really old. It something needs to happen with Pioneer Hall, but they probably, I mean, Hoop to Do is like the longest running stage show in the history of America, interrupted only by the pandemic. So it's, I can't imagine them getting rid of Hoop to Do, even if they have to move it.
I can totally see them getting rid of it.
You think they'll get rid of it? I mean, they
got rid
of other stuff.
Got rid of the luau, got rid of the Liberty Bell. Won't bother them.
Good point. Yeah, I mean, it would be a sad destruction because that's the absolute classic Disney. That is the epitome of what Walt Disney would have wanted.
I think you mispronounced antithesis, Ron.
Man,
how long? What do you think, panel?
I mean, they could literally close it down right when the resort opens. I mean, the new resort.
That's what I was thinking, or maybe about a year after the resort.
What's the one called Ugly City, something like that. I can't remember.
I was trying to find one more picture of it before we. Let's see if I've got a good photo to show just how awful this is. Here's one. We'll show this. There you go. Remember, this was supposed to be out in the wilderness with giant oak trees and cypress and horses. And there you go. There you go. Oy vey. Detail Devil for $4.99. Catching up. She meant apotheosis equals paragon, divine exemplar, antithesis against the proposition that people need uplifting stories. Apotheosis. Apotheosis. You know, I was in college for a long time, got me a degree, and I think I'm real smart when it comes to language, but apathia. You know what? Just screw it. We'll get it later. You know what else, folks? Sometimes you just need somebody pleasant to lift you up. There he is. It's Culture Casino.
Hello, everybody. Hey, you brought me in with Marvin's favorite intro for me, so thanks for that. A little cranky casino.
Cranky Casino.
Good to see everybody. I'm just gonna say, yeah, and the apotheosis from the apothecary.
Wait, that's
instead of the antithesis.
Apothecary. Hey, Culture, what do you think about this? This what is it? Lakeshore Lodge they're building next to Pioneer Hall, and
I hate it with a burning passion of 1,000 suns.
Have you noticed, Culture, that all they had to do was, instead of sending this wing on the left side down, they could have sent it up the other direction, and they would have had zero problem whatsoever?
Right. Yeah. No, instead they created the ugliest thing ever. But a lot of that's probably because of infrastructure and exposure so that they can sell rooms for a higher rack rate for their its sight lines. You know, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Also, you don't want to cut off the other sight lines for the other side of the buildings.
The water park would have been in between if to the north. But anyway, so Erica brought up, Culture, that what they should have done is just, because this is a water park hotel combo. Why didn't they name it River Country Resort?
We should have. That's what I would have done. But again,
Why?
I understand. I understand what used to be in that area, so maybe that's why.
I'm getting ready to start calling Disney Imagineers turd muffins. Just want everybody to know I'm almost to that point.
But it's
very mature around here.
But it's not Imagineers, because they're going outside so much for these projects. I mean, think about the
who do I need to designate as a turd muffin, please? Tell me.
The completely out of place garbage that went in over at the Poly. I mean, and I'm not just talking about the Pizza Huts that are over the water. I'm talking about the building they put there to pretend to expand DVC. You know what I mean?
Know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, Vern.
And then you also have, like, the lady the shape language lady. That's the other problem.
Not the lady in red, different lady.
Shape language.
Yeah, shape language.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that kind of thinking that really the company suffers from now. They don't invest in theming anymore. They're running away from it so that they can make everything look like a Comfort Inn inside. And I think that's the worst strategy ever. It's the fake luxury. A lot of people are starting to call Disney out for the destruction of perks, views, and theming. So it's not just us.
I don't appreciate you insulting Pizza Hut.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, every one of those.
Nice. I was by one of those old-fashioned Pizza Huts the other day, and the old-fashioned Pizza Hut's a little nicer than those cabins.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Well,
not against you, against Disney. Man, I tell you, I know you weren't here for this segment, but we were talking about the old Fort Wilderness cabin that I just stayed in. Oh man, it really took me back to what old school Disney Imagineering and magic was like. So very cool.
By the way, folks, you can check these out. Airbnb right now. Go to Authentic Disney Fort Wilderness Cabin near WDW and look that up. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Get you.
It's sad when you can do Disney better off property than on property.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It does look remarkably like the old cabins.
Well, weren't they? Didn't they? Didn't
Yeah,
they pack them up,
it is the
trailer
old.
them? Yeah.
It's I mean, it's actually the old cabin. It's funny because I remember
It's literally the same cabins.
Yeah, yeah.
I
This
thought they got
wow.
trailered. Yeah, I thought they got trailered over. So.
Yeah, so I remember in 2023 driving around property watching these be like oftentimes that summer you would see them getting pulled off property and wondering, hey, where are they going? And it's really cool that I got this opportunity to stay in one. It's just so and just the individual touches that the gentleman put into this to make it just really feel authentically Disney, not Disney of today, but like authentically Disney of 10, 15, 20 years ago. When you go into that, it just, man, it really is a magical experience.
There you go, folks. 5 stars, 33 reviews, has not had less than a 5-star rating. We're not sponsored. We're not doing anything. Just saying. You want old school Disney? There you go. All right, we go on, as the lyrics once said over at Epcot, I believe. Folks, let's talk about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, and it looks like they're adding some stuff. Is it enough to get you to say, yeah, my money is well spent for this year's? What's the acronym? Mickey's Not So Scary. and I can't do it on the fly. Anyway, here we go.
There we go. One more for the top. Triple decker, just how you like it.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Walt.
You enjoy it.
We will.
All right, Walt Disney World is adding 2 new things for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, and that comes on the heels of lots of people saying, hey, even though this thing sells out, what the heck are you doing, Disney? It's the same every single time. From thatparkplace.com, Disney debuts 2 new entertainment offerings for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It says Walt Disney World Resort will introduce new entertainment at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party 2026, adding 2 experiences to the Magic Kingdom event lineup. The separately ticketed Halloween event will return on select nights. You all know it's already here and selling out like crazy, and that'll be added to their attendance, so yippee. So what do they have new to share with you? Stitch's Dance Party is now coming to Tomorrowland. Stitch and friends are hosting a dance party in Tomorrowland. Join him as he is on the search for the best Halloween costume. Disney Parks blog describes the show as new this year. Stitch is hosting an ever-changing dance party at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage in Tomorrowland with the help of his friends Lilo and Angel, who you know is going to be in the next movie. After getting his paws on Lilo's costume trunk, every accessory he tries on will spark a theme swap and keep the party playfully unpredictable all night long. Okay, so you got basically 2 people in a costume dancing out on the stage. Got it. Captain Jack Sparrow is joining Adventureland Entertainment. Disney is adding Captain Jack Sparrow to Mickey's Not So Scary outside of the Tortuga Tavern, which is what he does every day on the reg. The live event will feature stunts and audience participation as Jack Sparrow tries to recruit and train some new pirates. With music, juggling, and more, guests will be able to learn from a true pirate legend himself in the ways of piracy. Yarr. Beyond that, it's all the same. Although I will say, never get rid of the cadaver dans. Never. It's just too punny. Keep them around forever, okay? But everything else is exactly the same. It's been the same forever for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Yet it keeps selling out. So I can't say to Disney, you're doing a bad job here. Culture, as long as it keeps selling out, Disney has no reason, no incentive to try to plus this thing. So it's the same every single time. And if that's what people like, that's what people like. What say you?
Well, yeah. And Disney is going to take full advantage of the fact that people are willing to pay for very little. That offering a separate ticket price is an opportunity that no theme park will ever pass up. And shedding guests and bringing in a lighter crowd for the second half of the day means they can cut back on the number of cast members, maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. And perhaps if they were willing to invest time into actual attraction maintenance, this would be a good time to do it, but they rarely follow with those types of things. But look, Disney has no reason to change anything other than, the prices, which will continue to go up. And I think the barrier to entry, which is the price, I think that's the only limiting factor for Disney. They're soon going to come up against, if they haven't already, a number of people that just aren't willing to pay those prices. That's what I think. But that outside of that,
so far it hasn't happened.
Yeah, they don't have any reason to change because people are still going here in the middle of the night or late afternoon or whatever. They still are dealing with costume restrictions, which I find ridiculous. And they're dealing with the same homogenized park offerings that happen mostly year round. So, it is what it is.
Erica, there aren't any changes, and yet the locals just keep going back and back and back and back, and it's sold out all the time. So I don't see any reason for Disney to change. I mean, I want them to change, but from a business standpoint, I see no reason to. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the reason people keep going back is it's one of the few things Disney has that's been consistent with the nostalgia. The Halloween party has been pretty much the same for years, but people like that and they're willing to pay. It's not hot. So if you're going to pay essentially the same price for a day ticket, why not just pay for the Halloween party and you get the specialized seasonal fireworks, the parade. I mean, that's just kind of the mentality I think a lot of people are in. You get to do Disney in the evening. And I mean, I get it. I mean, we can't afford it anymore. It's, but I'm wondering though, once Villains Land, if it ever gets finished, I think there are going to be changes, but that's going to be way down the road.
Yeah, Villains Land is unlikely to be here before the 2030s, so that's a ways away. Ron, I'm not trying to be a sourpuss about this. I wish Disney would do some new stuff and bring some new exciting things, but this sells out every single time, and maybe messing with it would be a mistake.
Well, I mean, I see some very potential changes coming very quickly down the road with the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because, it's only $150 per person in August and goes up to $200 or more in the actual Halloween season. And, in August, you get to wear a costume as an adult and pay $150 to get in and experience probably rainstorms and 90-degree weather.
How many hours are you in there, Ron? How many hours is
6, 7? I think
6
you can
hours?
go in earlier and stay till midnight. But I think that what they'll do is now that they have the Beacon Barrel there, they'll probably add a lot of drink specials at other places around the Magic Kingdom during the Halloween party. That's probably the big plus that they'll do, next year. I will say, having been to it, it is probably the best parade that they have at Disney. I mean, this parade is better than the current nighttime spectacular parade that they have. The fireworks are just outstanding. And so those are the two big things that you're paying for. As far as the candy is concerned, yes, the candy and the trick-or-treating are fun, but I mean, you can go pay $25 for a bag of candy and probably get more candy. So I wouldn't say that that's the value. The meet and greet lines can get really, really long. So for example, if you want to meet Jack and Sally, you're probably spending maybe a third to a half of your time at the Halloween party just waiting in that line to go meet them. So that it's really weird. Again, we did this one time as a family and haven't really felt much of a desire to go back and do it again. I've worked at the event a number of times. When you work at it, you don't really see it all. You're just at one location, so it's not the same. But I don't know. Yeah, I would agree with you. I don't think Disney has an incentive to change much about it because just looking at it right now, most of the dates in August are already sold out. And of course, as you get closer to Halloween, I don't know if Halloween is sold out yet, but it's like $200 plus per person to go. And if people are going to keep buying tickets, they're going to keep selling them for the same price.
The other thing a lot of people don't know is that this bails out Disney for their attendance. Because every year you say, well, how is it the Magic Kingdom, is the number one theme park in attendance? And how is it their numbers went up? They count people going to these events like Mickey's Not So Scary as regular attendance. And so when that gets counted and when these sell out over and over again, that helps Disney out. And so this is the one thing I will say about that. If attendance ever were to go down for this or the Christmas thing, they would, I think, actually change this to do whatever it takes to get it back to red hot and selling out. Because It's what gives them the number one attendance. Why can Epic never catch up to Disney unless they do something similar? Because Disney's counting attendance twice a day. They're counting the morning. They're counting this event when it happens. So if other theme parks want to catch up, they're going to have to do that sort of thing. Families and friends and locals and all the folks out there are having a lot of fun at Mickey's Not So Scary, paying a lot of money too. It's a big win for Disney. You tell us in the comments, is this enough? Adding Stitch and Jack Sparrow to the mix. All right, folks, jumping the line. We've got Israel out there for 25. Hello, folks. Culture. Mr. Casino.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to have met you at the FNT meetup and appreciate your talk or our talk. Glad you got home safely. Has Epic Universe made any impact against Disney's parks in Florida? Thoughts, cheers, and God bless.
Well, I think they did, as I predicted, about a 20% impact on Disney's foot traffic. And I think that Pro just illustrated in the previous segment what my thinking is that the artificial attendance elevator, which is the Not So Scary and the Merry Christmas Party, and another offering that's in the has been talked about behind the scenes, on top of the expansion of their festival dates, are the only reasons that we're seeing their attendance not completely collapse. So I would say there's about a 20% impact. And I think it's positive across the board for Universal and very negative across the board for Disney. What do you think, Pro?
I think you're exactly right. I think Epic Universe has put a big dent in Disney. They finally admitted it in the last earnings report before this one. And now they're trying to figure out how do they wrestle back some market share. But Epic is definitely doing some damage to Disney. Israel is dropping 10 gifted memberships for TPP, and we say thank you indeed. What could we do that would say thank you enough for 10? I know. Culture, did you get to hang out at all with a certain ginormous Asian fake wizard?
Oh, I did. Yeah, real life fake Asian wizard. I did. It was amazing. And I get to hang out with Israel R, which was equally as important. So, yeah.
I know why you have come, real-life fake wizard. You are here to reclaim your family's land. Let us fight.
Fight.
It's time for fake wizard, real fighting. It's time for battle so exciting.
What is this madness?
When
You shall not
enemies
pass.
are all enticing. Real fake wizard, bring the lightning. You thought thumbnails were amazing, but you didn't think he could bring down the big boss in low budget Tammerwood. He's a matcha man. We got your hands. Roundhouse kick will do the trick. Hit you with the Gandalf stick. Let's get to real life fake wiz fighting. Let's get to eye gouging and biting. There's no dignity in loss, so kick them in the jaws. Let's get to real life fake wiz fighting. Let's get to clawing and conspiring. YouTube is just for kicks. He's in the dojo. He don't miss.
Go fund yourself, Bob.
All right. Some real life fake whiz fighting. I hadn't seen the full thing in a while, and well, you still didn't see it because we didn't play the whole thing, but that's okay. Thank you, Israel. Snarky's out there for 2. Figment done right, coming in 2050. If then. For another 2, welcome, Culture. Always appreciated, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Snark.
Freedom Seeker for 5. It's corporate garbage architecture. Every single corporate hotel fast food location looks the same. There is no theming nor individualism anymore. The blandification of America. Snarky for 2. French roast with cinnamon and sugar. Let's sip. French roast? Okay, well, here you go, folks. We'll do another sip. sip along with Snarky. Wait a minute, Culture. What do you got?
Water.
Fine. Drink it. Boring old water. Oh, boy. We're going to work on you.
Good. It's healthy for you.
How are you going to stay alive if you drink such boring things? Really?
Well, that's how.
Water.
We're trying to preserve you.
She's got water. Water rebuilds and refills your cells each and every day.
Well, could you squeeze some lemon in it and call it lemonade then?
No, I actually drink lemon water with a little mineral salt in the morning. So
You ever put mint leaves in there too? It's really good.
well, I would, except that you ever brush your teeth after you do that? It's like
Ooh.
it's crazy. I don't do that.
It's true.
I have a new show coming out at some point in the future. It's going to be called "Don't Do That."
I was thinking it was going to be a show about bad combinations before you brush your teeth.
That's also it's going to be part of "Don't Do That."
I forget what I had. I forget what I had, and then I brushed my teeth, and I remember thinking, "Don't ever forget what this was, so you never do this again," because it was so terrible. But now I forget.
Did you drink orange juice after brushing your teeth?
I mean, I know that's bad, but no, this was something else. I don't remember now. But it was something where I brushed my teeth and I went, whoa, no, what have I done?
Grapefruit juice, which I love, especially pink grapefruit juice.
I don't like grapefruit juice, period.
Well, hey, if you want to make sure that your medication immediately goes into your system, grapefruit juice.
Really?
It's an accelerator. Don't try it. I'm not kidding. It's a very bad combination, especially with prescription medications. Don't do that.
No medical advice being given today, folks, nor
No.
grapefruit advice.
Yeah, true. Because, don't do that. That's going to be my show. Don't do that.
Juliet for 2, like, subscribe, and share. And Juliet sends a smooch. Share a smooch or two. Woohoo! WJB Daily for 5. People not voting with wallets is the problem. Just complaining will never fix things. Back to Walt's family-friendly parks.
Yep.
That's exactly right. We've got DL Racer for 5. Can I drop the Kickstarter page for Snouts here as a super chat? Well, sure you can. Sure. And then Paul 12,000 for 5. I've got coffee. Will that work? Yeah, it always works. How is everyone today? Just tuning in. Good to see you out there, Paul, and hoping you'll be able to play with us. Apologies on not doing that game place last Thursday. I and Steve were both just beat that evening and said, you know what, we're going to pass this time. But that game place returns tomorrow night with more Fortnite, and Marv is playing Spider-Man this week, so get ready. All kinds of fun on the way. And one more time, I want to say hip hip hooray to Israel for those 10 gifted memberships. So kind. All right, folks, it's time. Let's hit that final story. What are we talking about? Well, D23 predictions. Culture, you're going to D23, is that right?
Yes, I will be at the D23 Expo for the entirety of the event. But I'm also going to try to meet up with people. There is a Mexican food restaurant, I think, still in downtown Disney, and I think I will be there meeting with people. There's a nice outside patio there. So,
Culture, will you? What day does your coverage of D23 begin?
Thursday afternoon, and I'll be there through Sunday.
This Thursday.
Yeah, this coming Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I will be officially on the road tomorrow, and I will not be returning until the following Monday. So I won't be here next Monday.
And you'll be giving away free fish tacos at the Mexican restaurant at Disney Springs.
I didn't say any of those words, so I don't
or
think
downtown Disney.
I don't think they have free fish tacos. So
No, you see, that's not the way it works. You buy the fish tacos for the people who want to come meet and greet you.
Nobody wants to meet or greet me. Come on now. But I'll be there if you want. I'll be there. I usually have I
can't keep up with this man.
I usually have a what do you call it? The braised pork. Hang on. It's carnitas. I usually have a carnitas quesadilla.
All right, listen, Culture. The way you got to give the folks something, okay? They're coming out there to see you. If not a fish taco, could you give them a sprig of cilantro? Just a sprig.
I'll give them a hearty and well meant handshake. And perhaps,
I get it. Well meant with cilantro.
and maybe
this guy.
Maybe a hug.
Oh, you never fail, Culture. You never fail. All right, DL Racer for 10. Snouts official promotional trailer contained on the page.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you.
What? I'm confused, though. Snout's official promotional contained on the page.
Yeah, on the Snouts page on Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let's see. Snouts, Kickstarter. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. I'm looking for Kickstarter Snouts. I don't see it on Kickstarter. Okay, well, let's do this. Mods, can you get us, please, the link to the Kickstarter for Snout so that we can put it up on the screen? I'd love to do that for DL Racer if we could do that. So, Mods, if you can get that for us, we'll get that up on the screen after the next story. All right, Juliet says 1, 2, Thank you, Juliet. Trying to get us the goal. We're 1 away. That's so nice, eh? And DL Racer for 2, it's in the reply. Okay, let me see if I can grab that. Let's see. It's in the reply. I don't see a reply. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out on the other side. Hang tight. Yeah, I did not see the link in a reply. All right, DL Racer, if you'll post it somewhere for me to see in the chat, we'll get it up there. And folks, take a look at this. We've got from Juliet, goal! All right, on the other side of this story, then we will have some fun and talk about what we would do with D23 if we were in charge of Disney. Folks, thank you for helping us hit that goal. All right, I'm giving some more instructions to DL Racer out there on how we get that link and share it out for folks. All right, ladies and gents, it's time. DL Racer, I got you the answer. Take a look at the replies. It's time for the final story. It's D23. Culture Casino is going indeed. What's he going to see? What's he going to see? Well, let's find out.
I just can't wait for 3 days of you and me.
D23 is nearly here, and people are very excited. At least, well, they should be. Maybe. Sort of. Okay, we'll figure it out. But we've got whatsondisneyplus.com posting this from Roger Palmer. D23 Disney Entertainment Showcase Disney Plus predictions. All right, what do we got? Star-studded presentations. It's got covering Disney Plus. Okay, what do we got? Marvel's Vision Quest is what we've got for D23. Okay. Ahsoka Season 2. Okay. Marvel Special Presentations. Okay. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. That's coming from Jon Favreau. Maybe that'll be good. I don't know. Marvel's Daredevil Born Again Season 3. Folks, on the video game side, I know that we might be looking at Kingdom Hearts 4 and then Disney Parks. There are some websites out there saying that we're going to get a Space Mountain redo with new track and maybe a change to Spaceship Earth. So, but I don't know, not a lot here. We're gonna get some info, hopefully, about Monsters Inc., the roller coaster, and maybe something on Villains Land. But Culture, you're going to D23. You've been looking over all the stuff ardently. Yep. Culture, what has your interest when it comes to the parks? What is Disney doing at D23 that might give heart to those who say, boy, it's time for a turnaround?
You know, really, there hasn't been anything that's blown up my skirt outside of it has nothing to do with the parks. It has to do with the video game world. As far as parks go, I mean, what else do they have that they could possibly announce? We're already waiting on Villains Land, and as you've already mentioned before in previous segments and videos, that's likely to be delayed until 2030. So I don't know. Do you think there's anything I should be focused on, Pro? I mean, is there something new that is going to be, gifted to us?
I would be. I think what we're going to get this year is them telling us kind of more info about things that are already coming. Maybe like I could see them giving us some new details about the Encanto ride coming to Animal Kingdom. Maybe we get a date on something. I don't think we get a date on anything at Magic Kingdom, like coming in. But maybe at Animal Kingdom we could get that. At Magic Kingdom, maybe we get updated concept art for the Cars attraction. I don't think we get it much on Villains Land. What else? What is it? The Glob that they replaced Muppet Vision with? Maybe they tell us what the heck that's going to be.
One of my friends tried to leak to me the idea that they were going to announce massive refurbishments and replacements in Tomorrowland.
Well, we've heard Spaceship or Space Mountain. They're going to replace the track. I think that's pretty much set. I think that's going to happen. I think they're going to do something with Spaceship Earth, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, I'm saying specifically at Disneyland. I think they've talked about, there's the Tomorrowland and Disneyland is pretty dead space outside of Star Tours.
You think they're going to bring back the track up top, the old people mover stuff?
There's no structural way to make that happen or to make it ADA compliant without massive rework.
So then that's not happening. So what could they do at Disneyland that's really exciting for Tomorrowland?
I don't know. I really honestly don't. I think that if they did anything and they brought back the people mover, it would be wildly popular, but to what end? I mean, they don't really have a lot over there currently to present to people. And the other thing they're going to want to peddle is the idea that they're getting rid of the gasoline cars for electric.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Utopia.
And they should probably announce that for Tomorrowland at Disney World. That would be better than what's currently happening.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that at the same time, and again, Disney World's Magic Kingdom has a bunch of wasted space, but so does Disneyland. So I have a feeling that it's not going to be the announcements that we're all hoping for. They're likely not going to give us, anything that's super hype as far as Avengers Campus or Avatar. Or maybe they'll announce that it's not going to be Avatar anymore. It's going to be something different like Zootopia or something like that. I don't know, bro. I really don't know what to expect. And the only thing I'm hyped for, to be fair, and I'm going to do coverage on this for us, is going to be Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the coverage of that. Erica, the problem for Disney is this. This is why D23 with the parks is going to be pretty tough to get excitement about. How many years have they hyped up Villains Land? How many times have they, talked about Cars and didn't want to tell us where it was going to go and all that? How many years have we been doing this? And this is the most recent photo. You can see Park Mind posting BioReconstruct's photo. Says, it's wild that Hollywood Drift's track is complete less than a year after Rip Ride Rocket closed. Meanwhile, Rivers of America closed 392 days ago and is almost all dirt. So there is nothing. I mean, we got some concrete walls. Got some itty bitty little concrete walls down here. There is nothing with Cars. There is nothing with Villains Land. So what are you going to do when this thing looks like it's going to take as long as Tron and Cosmic Rewind? It's going to be like 6 years. We're going to be in the 2030s before we get this stuff. That's what is so depressing for D23, I think.
I'm wondering what is going on behind scenes. I mean, I get Disney has a reputation for extremely slow processes in getting lands and attractions built, but considering we also have a new CEO, maybe it's just wishful thinking in my head. Kind of makes me wonder, maybe they're reshaping things that we don't know of. And I don't know, maybe that's just hopeful, wishful thinking out loud. I should know better than to believe what I'm saying, but I don't know. So, I hope. But
I'm glad you said that though, Erica. The rumors up until now, we don't believe them. That things are changing and yada, yada. We've seen the plans. We know that they have to go through approval processes. At the same time, I'll go to Ron on this one. Ron, this is going so slow. This is ridiculously slow. it's moving so slowly that it makes you wonder, like, are they going to refile new permits and make changes? Because maybe, and the president of Walt Disney, has stepped down, of Walt Disney World has stepped down. Maybe the new guy is going to come in and say, let me look over all this and make changes, because, and we saw that with New Fantasyland a long time ago. This is unbelievably bad progress.
Well, I mean, it's not just bad progress. It's maybe the worst case of what's, I personally know as what's called bad show. I know culture knows that, phrase as well, that I've ever seen. I mean, absolutely bad show. The fact that you can stand in front of Tiana's Bayou Adventure and look out over what used to be Rivers of America and see every bit of construction going on above the construction walls that just aren't tall enough to prevent you from doing that. It's beyond ridiculous, and it looks awful, and it's going to look that way for years. It is an absolute gutting and destruction of Frontierland over the Magic Kingdom, which was really beautiful before. I mean, that's the worst part of it, is like the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island, regardless of what anybody thought of it, it looked beautiful and presented a wonderful aesthetic to that portion of the park that Disney Imagineering clearly didn't have the foresight to think of how awful and ruined that would look. And it's very likely that they are having to constantly make changes in what their planning is for Piston Peak and for Villains Land. I mean, there's so much area back there that I'm sure that as they're digging and reconstructing and doing different things, that they're finding problems. There were a lot of problems with the area flooding and sewage coming up and stuff before they ever started this project. So it's very clear that there are a lot of issues going on there. If this is going to take years, it's going to look bad for years. The Magic Kingdom is a park that I would advise people, honestly, right now, even if you do go to Disney World, it's the park you don't need to spend a lot of time in. Don't book it so that you have like 2 or 3 days on your vacation in that park. One day and you're out, see what you can and get out of there. It's just not really fun right now. And they need to do a lot of improving. If I had to guess what the big announcements were for what's going to happen at Walt Disney World, they can come out and go, hey, guess what, guys? We figured out a way going forward to solve all the air conditioning and water problems at Wilderness Lodge.
There you go. Air conditioning would be a great addition at D23. Folks, I'm going to say, I think a lot of the D23 stuff is going to go to China, going to go to some other places around the world. Disney World might get announcements, but until we see some kind of progress happening with the dirt pile, it's going to be a while before people say, boy, I'm excited about what got announced. I think even the most diehard pixie dusters, cupcakers are realizing Disney can announce lots of things. That doesn't mean it's bringing anything to the table. All right, folks, we got to get out of here and send you to the dish with Ron. But before we do, Ron, if you were in charge of Disney, we hit the goal. If you were in charge of Disney, what would be a D23 announcement that you would make?
Like what I would do?
Yeah, if you were in charge of Disney, what would be your D23 announcement?
What I would announce for Epcot is that we figured out what to do with the Wonders of Life pavilion, the pavilion that's there, and we are revamping that pavilion and making that the new pavilion all about Figment and his friends, and it would be called Imagination at Play with Figment. There would be an attraction, a ride attraction in the pavilion, as well as a play area where people could hands-on, like kids and adults could hands-on, be able to play with things that would really capture their imagination. It would actually be in world discovery and make sense with the theming, and that what was the Figment Pavilion, the Imagination Pavilion, will now be the Pavilion of Light, and we're going to put a new attraction in there, and it's going to examine the creation of a light from the point of view of a character we're calling something that has to do with a photon, and the photon gets created in the sun and escapes and makes it to Earth with all of that characters, brothers and sisters, giving light and life to the Earth and showing how we cannot exist and life cannot exist without sunlight. And then it makes sense for world nature, that side of the park, where you have light and sky and the land and the sea, and it actually makes.
I love it, Ron.
It makes sense.
No, that's I love that you've imagineered this. A pavilion of light. That's genius. Well, Ron, we're going to send folks over to you.
Anyway,
that's right. It's genius. Ron, we're going to send folks over to you with the dish, and I want to say thank you for being here. Tell the folks out there, what do you got coming up on the dish today?
Talking about Spidey and his amazing billions of friends.
Billions and billions. All right, Ron, we'll see you real soon.
Later.
All right, let's read these super chats, and then we'll get the rest of the D23 thoughts. And then we're out of here, folks. Send you to the dish. First Dragon Queen for 5 for all the Wilton plushies coming soon to Pro Studios. Oh, no. Paul 12,000 for 5. I played Fortnite with Red that night. Hopefully she is doing well, and we see her soon. That's right, folks. Keep Red Tigress in your thoughts and prayers. She's doing some medical stuff this week, and we hope everything's going to go extremely well. Just Jay, the letter of the day for 5. There's been random rumors that rebuilding Disneyland's Tomorrowland for a few decades now. I'll believe it when they finish construction. Not even when they announce it, when they finish construction. I love it. Paul 12,000 for 2. I don't trust Josh to change things. All right, Mr. Casino, tell us, please, sir, what would you do if you were in charge of Disney and in charge of D23?
I think I would abandon all of the modern audience garbage that they're in pursuit of across the board. I think that would be the very first thing, and that would include with attractions. I think that the modern audience take of things is going to date every single thing that they create with it going forward. It's already happened in the modern look for Tron and many of the other things that happened along the way. Bring back some of the ideas that were always forward-looking throughout the parks, and I think that maybe they're going to try to present with this Horizons pavilion area on Saturday nights at the Honda Center, the Horizons Carousel of Progress, which is a amalgam of two different attractions, both that one of which they are currently destroying and one they are already destroyed, kind of being walked through by Neil Patrick Harris, talking about global Disney parks, but not necessarily featuring the parks that we are familiar with in the States. I have a feeling I'm going to be very disappointed in lots of destructive announcements and nothing productive. I think that's what I think is going to happen.
There you go. Erica, if you were in charge of Disney, what would you do for a D23 announcement?
Completely reverse course with Cars Land and Rivers of America, Villains Land, and reconstruct what's going to go where. That would be number one.
That would be very, very nice indeed. A full 180. Ron's idea was so good. I don't know that I can compete with that, but I think that I would, at minimum, I would announce we're moving Muppet Vision to the Villains area, and we're turning that area of Hollywood Studios, the Villains Theater thing that was Lightning McQueen. That's the new Muppets Courtyard, and we'll add a new restaurant there too, and do the things that really give homage and the courtesy to Jim Henson. All right, folks, I have been trying to get this link from DL Racer since he had offered a super chat and asked if we would do that, but I have not seen a link or something that approximates a link for me to share. So I dare say we're stuck for now, but DL Racer, if you'll send it to me during the pro show tonight, we'll try to get it up on the screen for you. Every time I look up Snout's Kickstarter, it's just it's a video game for a Game Boy, redo, and I don't think that's what you want me to put up on the screen. So, all right, folks, we are going to end it right there and send you to Ron from Follow the Bradley's Fun. Get over there and tell him that you're ready for more news with all things Disney, more content coming for the Pro Channel, and we'll see you tonight on the Pro Show. Ladies and gentlemen, keep a smile on your face, keep doing the right things, and keep your head up towards the blue skies. Even when the gray is there, you'll find your way up to the good air very soon.